from a motion to accept the audit.
Okay.
I'll move to accept the audit.
You second it, Emery? Okay.
Who was first?
Dan made the motion to accept the audit. Emery second. All in favor?
Aye.
Got a unanimous vote.
Thank you.
Okay. With that, John, thank you very much for your time. We would appreciate the bound copies coming back to the district for distribution. And if you could answer a couple of questions that was asked, like the depreciation of what's the life cycle of wells, so we can get back to our customers.
Yeah, okay, will do.
Thank you very much.
All right, sure
Have a
thing.
good day.
All right, you too.
With that, that will adjourn the morning session meeting as 12:55 p.m. The regular session will start at 1 p.m. promptly. Thank you.
And what time is this? What time are we recording?
A couple of minutes, I think.
5 minutes.
We have 5 minutes.
So I mean, what time did we adjourn this?
12:55.
Thank you.
And we will start promptly at 1 o'clock. Meeting for the Lake Don Pedro Community Services District. Please note that all appropriate board and staff members are in attendance. It is now 1:02 p.m. and we will please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. So, based on our agenda, the first item is public comment. You have an opportunity to communicate with the board on anything you'd like to communicate that is not on the agenda.
There were a couple of extra handouts, and I just laid them over here on the table.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, I didn't get them out.
During the meeting, the community will be allowed to comment on anything that is presented. And again, the discussion, the dialogue will probably primarily be between the board. And so therefore, if you have something you'd like to comment on the report section, we'll take your comments and then refer to it if we need to put it on as a later agenda. Okay? So with that, is there anybody that would like to comment? We can comment to the board on an item that's not on the agenda today.
What? Yes, I will. Yes, I will. If you allow me to go straight through, I'll do it under 3 minutes. Board President Danny Johnson, you, Director Emery Ross, and GM Pete Campa are the only remaining participants in Mr. Campa's surreptitious return in October 2014. I say return because he was employed here 94 through 1997, during which time he advocated district water service beyond clear water license restrictions. Surreptitious because Director Ross contacted his friend and provided confidential information used to design and implement a 2014 closed GM recruitment process. Closed recruitment because that position was never publicly announced, providing Campa the pre-notification time necessary to draft a contract ready for the next board meeting signature. Even the agenda for that meeting was quickly changed to add that Campa proposal despite the outgoing GM's written contrary recruitment advice. All likely serious Brown Act violations, considering the millions of dollars in government grants and the public funds used to create an alternate source of water required for your special benefit groundwater substitution program. Your statements of only serving the community are disingenuous because your concept of community focuses on property our CSD has no legal duty or moral obligation to serve. You have cooperated in concealing district facts from the 99% of innocent water customers who, by virtue of property ownership in the Merced River Water Entitled Subdivision, are mandatory CSD customers. Mandatory customers who are further victimized because they are legally prohibited from drilling their own private water wells, yet are required to financially support an extremely expensive groundwater substitution program for properties not otherwise entitled to district water under water license 11395 held by the Merced Irrigation District. Your actions compel outside district reporting due to the complete elimination of opposing opinions in district records. First, you routinely violated existing district policy. Then, after complaints were filed, simply eliminated those violations with a policy change. Finally, only you and Mr. Campa determined the agenda items, thus meeting discussions and board actions. Pretty darn slick. Thank you.
Any other board comments, or excuse me, community comments? Okay, with that, we'll move on to the approval of the consent calendar or agenda. Under there's 4 items.
Finally, only you and Mr. Campa determined the agenda items, thus meeting discussions and board actions. Pretty darn slick. Thank you.
Any other board comments, or excuse me, community comments? Okay, with that, we'll move on to the approval of the consent calendar or agenda. Under there's 4 items, and if you have a comment on those as presented, you're welcome to make those comments.
Are you taking public comments now on those?
Yes. Any public comments on the calendar? This is read and file the treasurer's report, approval of minutes and special board meeting, read and file manager's report, read and file chief operator. Any comments on any of those?
I've got a couple of questions on the treasury report.
Okay, come on up.
Okay, just a second, let me find my stuff here, because I got it found out, but I didn't get one for today. Okay, here.
So
I don't have page number. This is a computer printout. So I don't have page numbers. Yeah, it's first page. First page.
5.
First page.
Let's see this.
What are you doing, treasurer?
That's 4.
Page 4.
Page 4, everybody.
Okay.
It's page 4, everybody.
Okay. Line item, the purchase water has an adjustment in it because, once again, you paid a different number than what was accrued. I think if you look at your accruals, you'll find that you're showing that you're accruing this month some $4,000.
That's towards the bottom, is that 5021, 561 West?
On this page, once again, no page numbers, that's saying you're accruing $4,200 and $42.72. This report,
That's on page 3.
Oh, page 3 and
you guys got packages, I take my own
Okay.
computer.
Okay.
And on the P&L side, we're showing it as line 5021, 561, on page, I guess that was 4. We're showing $3,600. They should be the same numbers. On line item, the next page, I guess that would be 5. On line item 6023, 533, you have outside services here, and you have $11,000 in there on outside services. Now, normally, that's about $84 or $500, $62.50 for Campa, and $2,400 for the CPA. But this month, you've got a $600 extra in there. And I was wondering what that was.
Okay.
And on your business insurance, I think that is normally around $3,000 to $4,000 a month. No, excuse me, this is 6030-572. And you have $11,083 in business insurance for the month. And that would normally be 36 divided by 12, so what, 3,000? It's been running about 3,000 a month. I'd like to know what that is. Down on line item 6030, you've been showing 6030589, I'm sorry.
It's in the early
Oh,
six.
yeah.
Yeah, this is down to that.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Now, I noticed Pete said something about all these numbers were being thrown into one number, and he's absolutely right on this statement. But I believe on the others, we had 3 line items, but I could be wrong. This happens to be, but regardless, it's very confusing, because this is the account that he is out there asking for people to give him ideas of what they would like to do, change toilets, save water. And we had some, I don't have the numbers here. This was originally $1 million grant. The revenue has dropped down to $893,000 already. I don't know where the money went. And then the individual items, the individual line items, every one of them have all lost money without any explanation as to why they're lower. And then, like I say, all the money now is shown in this regional water use efficiency, which you're going out asking people. We got $100,000 or more here in the budget, and all of our reports are showing we've only got about $28,000 left. And then, of course, there's a lot of big checks in here. We're supposed to have a check also for Kennedy Jenks this January or in February, so I'm going to assume over $200,000. That hasn't shown up. And I would think by this time, if you know you've got that much money you owe somebody, there would be some accruals for it. But we have no accruals. Yet Mr. Wammerdammer, whatever his name is, he claims that he always does accruals. So once again, our accounting stinks.
Thank you. Okay, any other comments for the consent calendar? Okay, we'll move on to with the board reviewing the, Pete, you want to go through the reports in this?
Basically, as part of the consent calendar, they're just the reports are there for your information and for as part of the district record. And rather than get into detail on this stuff, which in many cases takes up an hour of our meeting, I'm providing written information if there's a need for an additional agenda